Buskin. Hold for applause.
We'd like to take some time to thank everyone for being here tonight's show.
To be here or not to be here?
Not this play.
Oh.
Before the show begins, we just have a few pre-show announcements for you.
To begin, Sock and Buskin would like to acknowledge that the land we perform on is unceded and unsurrendered Algonquin and Anishinaabe territory. To acknowledge the land goes beyond statements, but rather places the responsibility on us to listen and seek out stories and history of the land and its inhabitants. As performers and storytellers, we all have a role in reconciliation and decolonization, and we encourage our members and attendees to see the world not simply as a stage, but as a platform to uplift marginalized values and forces.
Additionally, SMB strives to be a safer place. Content warnings for the show can be found in your programs, as well as our flashing lights display that may pose risk to those with epilepsy and or arrested seizures. If for any reason you feel as though you need the theater, by going up to our ushers in the back of the theater, or to our board members in ground level. Please note that after will be walking through the aisles, so please try to
Emergency exits, where art thou? Emergency exits. I know Shakespeare.
Still not the right play.
And I don't know it enough. Damn.
Anyway, emergency exits are at the back of the theater, as well as the ground level health entrance reserved for accessible exit items.
We ask that you turn off your cell phones and refrain from photography and or videography of any sorts unless you're us or refer to the show.
Right to the video. The show will run about 2.5 hours with a 15-minute intermission. You are welcome to stay in the theater or go to the lobby where you can come in from.
And with that, our show will begin. We thank you once again for being here and hope you return tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow.
That's the correct reference.
Thank you. All right, have a great show.
Enjoy the
What bloody man is that? He can report that see by his plight, the revolt into his state.
This is the sergeant who, like a good and hearty soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of a broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, like two spent swimmers that cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, and foreto that the multiplying villainies of nature that do swarm upon him, from the western isles of currents and gallowglasses did supply, and fortune upon his damned quarreling smile shone like a rebel's whore. Oh, all too weak for brave Macbeth, worthy to be named, disdaining fortune and brandishing his steel which smoked with executed blood, like valor's minion carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook his hand nor bade him farewell, till he enseamed him from nave to chops and fixed his head upon our battlements.
O valiant cousin, worthy gentleman!
As whence the sun gives his reflection, shipwracking storms and direful thunders break, and from that spring whence comfort comes, discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark! For no sooner justice had with valor on, compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels. Oh, but their Owain lord, surveying vantage with furbished weapons and the supplies of new men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed this not our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes, as Sparrow's eagle or Hare the lion, if I say sooth, I must report that his cannons overcharged with double cracks, they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. Except they meant to bathe them reeking wounds or memorize another Golgotha, I cannot tell. Oh, but I am faint, my gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
Ah, the worthy Thane of Ross.
With a haste looks through his eyes, so should he look that seemed to speak things strange.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky that fan our people cold. Norway himself with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Codwell, began this dismal conflict. For that Bellona's bridegroom, lapped and proof, confronted him with self-comparisons. Point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbed his lavish spirit. To conclude, the victory fell on us.
Oh, great happiness.
Not at Swain, nor was he in Crave's composition, nor redeigning the burial of his men until he dispersed it at St. Combs Inch, $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death. And with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
But he hath lost. Noble Macbeth is one.
13. Go. Stand by. QA.
Sisters, where hast thou been?
Killing swine! Sister, where thou?
Sam's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I. Oh, I might bewitch the rough and ruddy it cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master o' the tiger. But in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind,
Her kind.
and I another.
I myself have all the others, and the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know. I, the shipman's card, will drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live, a man forbid. Weary 7 nights, 9 times 9 shall he dwindle, peak, and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Do you want to see what I have?
Show me, show me.
Here I have the pilot's thumb, racked as homeward he did come.
A drum, Macbeth doth come. Weird sisters, hand in hand, coasters of the sea and land. Thus do go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9.
Please,
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is it called to forest? What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth and yet are on it? Live you, or are you what that man may question? You seem to understand me, by each at once her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can. What are you?
all hail Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Weymouth!
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor. All hail Macbeth, that shall be king
Why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are you fantastical or that indeed which outwardly you show? My noble partner you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope that seems wrapped withal. But to me you speak not. If you can, look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not. And speak to me who neither beg or fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail! 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 Blessed with that Macbeth and greater.
Not as happy, yet much happier. Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none, so all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail!
Stay, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. By Sinno's death, I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, prosperous gentleman. And to be king stands not within the prospective belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence. Why upon this placid heath you stop our way with such pathetic greeting? Speak, I charge you.
Go. Now 16.
The earth hath bubbles and the water hath indeed thereof that wither. Are they vanished?
Into the air, and what seemed corporal, melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed.
Were such things here as we do speak about, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings,
You shall be king.
and Thane of Cawdor too, when it not.
To the self-same tune in words. Who's here?
The king hath happily received Macbeth, the news of thy success. And when he reads thy personal venture, the rebels fight, his wonders and the praises do contend which should be thine face. Silenced with that, in viewing the rest of the self-slain day, he finds thee in stout Norwegian ranks. Nothing afeard of what thyself dismay, strange images of death. His thickest tale he posted the post, and everyone did say thy praise in his kingdom's great defense, laid them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And in earnest of a greater honor, he bade me drink and call you Thane of Cawdor. For an addition, hail worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What, can the devil speak true?
Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebel within help advantage, or that both he labored in his country's wrath, I know not. But treason's capital confessed and proved have overthrown him.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor. Greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
I trusted home might yet enkindle you onto the crown besides the Thane of Cawdor, but 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harms, the instruments of darkness will tell us truth and win us with honest trifles to betray us in deepest consequence. Husband's a word I'm drinking.
Two truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder but yet is fantastical, shakes so my sorry state of man, that functions smothered in surmise. Nothing is but what is not.
Look, how our partners wrapped.
If chance will have me king, why, chance may crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon him, like our strange garments, leave not to their mold, if the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, you stay upon your leisure.
Oh, do forgive me, my dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered every day wherein I turn the leaf to read. Let us towards the king. Think upon what hath chance, and at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts to each other.
Very glad.
Till then, enough. Come, friends.
Alex 17. Go. Alex 18. Go.
Is execution done on Carl? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like the leaving it. He died as one that had been studied in his death, to throw away the dearest thing he owed us toward a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman whom I built an absolute trust. O worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now is heavy on me. Thou art so far before that the swiftest thing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hadst less desert, that the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I had not to say, more has led you, and more than all can pay.
The service and loyalty I owe in doing pays itself. Your highness's duties is to receive our thoughts, and our duties are to your throne and state, children and servants. And do but what I should, by doing everything safe towards your love and honor.
Welcome, Henry. I have begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growth. Noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and whose places are the nearest, know we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
Rest is labor which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyfully hearing with my wife your approach, and humbly take my leave.
My worthy Connor.
Prince of Cumberland, that is a step on which I must fall down, or else worthy, in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. I wink the hand, yet let that be which the eye fears, when it is done to see.
True worthy Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, whose care has gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I've learned by the perfect reports they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned a desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. While I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me, Thane of Cawdor. By which title, before, these weird sisters saluted me and referred me to the coming autumn time with, Hail, King that shall be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Thou must have great Glamis, that which cries, thus thou must do, if thou dost do it. And if thou fear to do it, then wishes should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Not thy master with him, who so would inform me for preparation.
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had this feat of him, who, almost dead for breath, scarcely had more than to make up his message.
Give him tidings. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan upon my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts. Unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my women's breasts, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall me in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. My letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
One goes hence.
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your hand, your eye, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent underneath it. He that's coming must be provided for. You shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our days and nights to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
Stand by the last 20. And this one take, go.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself to our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, the temple-haunting Martha, does approve. By his loved mansionry that the heaven's breath smells boomingly. No jutty, frieze, buttress, nor point of vantage, but this bird hath made his pendant bed and procreant cradle, where the most breeded halls I have observed in Paris daily.
See, our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, but still we thank us love. Herein I teach you how you should regard illness for your aid, and thank us for your trouble.
All our service, and every point twice done, and then done double. We're poor in single business to contend against these honors, deep and broad wherewith your majesty loathes our house.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We forced him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath helped him to his home before us. Fair noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves, and what is theirs, to make their compts at your highness' pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our races towards him. By your leave, hostess.
Dogs. Go.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. The assassination could tremble up the consequence and catch with this surcease. Success. That, this blow, might be the be-all and the end-all. Here. Here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which, being taught, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, I am his subject and his kinsman, strong both against the deed. Then, as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not to bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, and so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, and tears shall drown in the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now? What news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
You will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which will be worn now in their newest gloss, not to be cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk where you dressed yourself? Has it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time, such I account thy love. Art thou feared to be the same in thine own act as thou art in desire? Would thou have the esteem, the ornament of life, and live a cower in thine own esteem? Letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat of the adage?
Prithee, peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be so much more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place it then appear, yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness does now unmake you. I have given suck, and I know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed his brains out, had I so sworn as you had sworn to this.
We should fail.
We fail? But screw your courage to the sticking place, and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the days of our journey shall soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will with eye wide and with sail to convince that memory, the warder of a brain, shall be a fume, and their seat of reason a limbeck. When in their swinish sleep their drenched nature shall lie to death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his stingy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only, and thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked those two of his own chamber and used their very daggers that they have done?
Who shall receive it other, as we shall make our griefs and clamor more upon his death?
Him settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat.
Stand by.
When,
What?
mock the time with fairest show, false face must hide, his false heart doth know.
There's husbandry in heaven. The candles are all out. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives me too many clothes. Free me, my sword. Who's here?
A friend.
What, sir, not yet at rest? The king's abed, he hath been in unusual pleasure, and sent forth great largesse to your offices. It is diamond he greets your wife withal by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless ease.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the three weird sisters. To you they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest pleasure.
If you shall cleave to my consent, when 'tis, it shall make honor for you.
So I lose not, seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchise, and my allegiance clear. That shall be counsel.
Good. Propose the while.
Thanks, sir. Delight to you.
Go bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bed. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, false creation proceeding from the heat of present brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes have made the fools of the other senses, or else with all the rest. I see thee still, on thy blade and dudgeon, gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing as the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now, with a one-half world, nature seems dead. Wicked dreams abuse the curtain's sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch. Thus, his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides, towards his design moves like a ghost. Sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk. Fears thy very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present war from the time, which now suits with it. As I fret, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds, too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
Go.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. For hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark. Peace. It was the owl that shrieked, that fatal bellman, who gives the birds good night. He is about it. The surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. They have drugged their possets. Whether death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there? What? Oh!
Alack, they await, and 'tis not done. The attempt, not the deed, confounds us. Hark, I laid their daggers ready. I could not miss him. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Dost thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did you not speak?
When?
Now,
Sun descended?
I,
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donald Bain,
This is a sorry sight.
a foolish thought to save sorry sight.
There's one did laugh and sleep, and one cried murder. They did wake each other. I stood and heard them. But they did say their prayers and address them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us. Amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands listing their fears. I could not say amen, when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stopped in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
I heard a voice. I sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care. Death in each day's life. Sore labor's bath, balm of hurt mind. Great nature's second course. Chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still, he cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? My worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain sickly of things. Go, get some water, and wash this filthy witness from your hand.
Go no more. I'm afraid to think of what I have done. Recount again I dare not.
Infirm of purpose, give me the dagger. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? Why is it with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? They pluck up mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No. This, my hand, or rather the multitudinous seen incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but ashamed to wear a heart so white. Hark! I heard a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark! More knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deeds, 'twere best not to know myself. Make Duncan with thy knocking, I would thou couldst.
Extending forward. Stand right, legs 25. Go 25.
Here's a knocking indeed. The mayor porter of Hellgate, he should have gold turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Ah, here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time, I've napkins enough about you. Here, you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith, here's an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale, but committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator! Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Faith, here's an English tailor, come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor, here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock, never quiet. What are you? This place is too cold for hell. I'll tell the porter it no further. I thought to have let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. And on and on. Pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we are carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
And what three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and it sets him off. It persuades him and it disheartens him. It makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, it equivocates him in a sleep and giving him the lie leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir, on the very throat on me. But I think, being too strong for him, though he did take up my legs sometime, yet I made a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? It appears our knocking is waked. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
The moral both.
Is thy king stirring, worthy thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely upon him. I almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble for you, but yet 'tis why.
The labor we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
I will make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamenting, heard in the air, strange screams of death and prophesying with accents terrible, dire combustion and confused events new hatched for the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
It was a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Ah! Oh, horror, horror, horror! Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor aid me!
What's the matter?
Oh, confusion now hath made his masterpiece. The most sacrilegious murder hath broken open the Lord's anointed temple and has stolen thence the life of the building.
What sayest thou of the light?
Near his majesty.
Oh, bid me not speak. Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. See and then speak yourselves. Oh, awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Malcolm Banquo, Donald Bank, shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself! Up! Up and see the great doom's image! Malcolm, Donald Bane, as from your graves rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror! Ring the bell!
What is the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak! Speak!
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition on a woman's ear with murder isn't found. Oh, Banquo! Banquo, a royal master's been murdered!
Oh, alas! What, in our house?
Oh, too cruel anywhere. Dear God, my prithee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
And I but died an hour before this chance. I had lived a blessed time. From this instance, nothing is serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere leaves has left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. For the spring, head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very fountain is stopped.
Your royal father's been murdered. Oh, by whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood. So were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. Stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, I do repent to me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love outrun the pause of reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs left like a breach in nature, the ruin's wasteful entrance. There, the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain, and had a heart to love, and in that heart, courage to make one's love known?
Help me hence.
Oh, look at the lady! Why do we hold our tongues that once may claim this argument for ours?
What should be spoken here, where our fate hidden and inaugural may rush and seize us? Let's away. Our tears are not yet brewed.
Pour our strong sorrows upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid, and suffer in exposure, let us meet to question this most bloody piece of work. Fears and scruples shake us, but in the great hand of God I stand, and against the undivulged pretense, I fight of treasonous malice.
And as do I.
So all! Let's all briefly put on manly readiness and meet the hall together.
Well contented.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office that the false man does easy. Out to England.
To Ireland.
Aye.
Our separated fortunes shall keep us both the safer. Where we are now, there's daggers and men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet landed. Our safest way is to avoid the air. Therefore to horse. And let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
Alex, 26. Go. Alex. Go.
10 I can remember well within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange. But this sore night hath trifled former knowings.
Ah, good cousin, thou seest the heavens as troubled with the man's act that threatens his bloody stage. By the hour 'tis day, the dark night strangles the traveling lamp. Is the night's predominance or the day's shame, that darkness does the earth entomb when living light should peace it?
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her pride of places by a mousing owl, hawked at and killed.
Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, minions of their race turned wild in nature, broke their stalls flung out, contending against obedience as if they were at war with mankind.
'Tis said they eat each other.
They did so, to the amazement of mine eye that looked upon it. Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why see you not?
Is it known you've done this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain,
Alas the day. What good could they pretend?
they were suborned. The king's two sons, Malcolm and Donalbain, were stolen away and fled. Puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still. Worthless ambition that will raven up thine own life's means. And 'tis likely the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He has already been named and gone to be invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Carried to Cornwall, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors, and guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No cousin out to fight.
Well, I will thither.
May you see things well done there, with you, lest your old robe sit easier than our new.
Farewell, cousin.
Stand quiet.
God's venison go with you, and with those that are made good of bad, and friends of foes.
Go. Alex, 29. Go.
Thou hast it now, King, Father, Glamis, all as those rare women promised. And I fear that thou playest most foully for it. And yet it was said that it should not stand in that posterity, that myself should be the roots and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, why? By the verities on thee made good, should they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me to do which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie, forever and ever.
Ride you this afternoon?
I might be lost.
We should have else desired your good advice, which hath still been both brave and prosperous in this day's council. But we'll take tomorrow. As far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse with that. I must become a borrower of night for a dark hour between.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We here, our bloody cousins, are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parasite, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state, craving us joining. Hie you to horse, adieu, to return at night. Goes Leon's with you.
Aye, my good lord.
Well, I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night, to make society the sweeter welcome, and keep ourselves till supper time alone. Well then, I'll be with you. Sirrah, a word? Send those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gates.
Bring them before me. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind, he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There's none but he, whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it says Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they placed the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet, hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, placed a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand. If this be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. Them the gracious Duncan I have murdered, put rancors in the vessel of my peace, only for them. And mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seeds of Banquo king. Rather than so, come fate into the list and champion me to veterans. Who's there? Go to the door and stay there till I call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Well, now have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he, in times past, who held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference. Past, in probation, how you were borne in hand, across the instruments who wrought with them, all else that might to half a soul and to a notion praise, say thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of secondment. Do you find your patience so predominant that you can let this go? You so gospeled to pray for this good man before his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye. In the catalogue you go from men as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, choughs, water-rugs, and demi-wolves are all clept by the name of dog. The value distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, each according to the ability which bounteous nature hath in him closed, whereby he does receive particular additions from the bill, writes them all alike. And so, of men, if you have a particular station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off and grapples you to the heart and love us, who were ourselves but sickly in his life, which in his death hurt.
I am one, whom the vile blows and buffets of this world hath so incensed that I am restless that I choose to spite. To die another, so weary with disaster, hug with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid of it.
Both of you know Banquo is your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine. In such blood distance, every minute of his being thrust against my nearest of life. And though I could, with barefaced power, sweep him from my sight, and bid my will avouch it, yet I must not. For certain friends that are of both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, wail in his fall, I myself struck down. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us, though our lives...
Your spirit shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves. Acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, for it must be done tonight. And something from the past. Always thought that I required the clearness. And with it, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work. Leon's, his son, who keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. Come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within. Thank you. My soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Miss Banquo wants support.
Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king, and attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Naught's had. All's spent. Where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. Oh now, my lord, why do you keep alone? Of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died. With them they think on. What's done is done.
Have scourged the snake, not killed it. Should close and be herself, whilst our malice remains in danger of her former tooth. Let the frame of things disjoint, both the world suffer. Ere we will eat our meals in fear, and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams which shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, and we gain our peace. Have sent peace from the dauntless temper of the mind to wry and restless excess. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle my lord. Sleek o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So I shall, my love. And so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence with both eye and tongue. Unsafe the while that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams, making our faces visage to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his fiance live.
Put in them nature's copy, not etern.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. And be thou jockey. Here the battle flown his cloistered flood. Here to black Hecate summons the shard-born beetle. With his drowsy hums, hath rung night's yawning peal. There shall be done indeed a dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, stealing night, scarf up the tender-eyed, pitiful day, and cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. The thing wings of day begin to droop and drowse, while night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Who marvels that my words hold thee still.
Stand.
Things bad begun made themselves strong by ill. So prithee, go with me.
Go. Alex, stand by. Alex,
But who did bid thee join with us?
Macbeth.
He needs not a restaurant, for he delivers our offices and will guard the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day, and our spurs the way we travel our peace. To gain the time we enter, and near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark, I hear horses.
Give us a light there. Ho!
Then to speak, the rest that are within the note of expectation already are in the court.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile, but he does usually, so all men do. From hence to the palace gate maketh his walk.
A light.
Tis he.
Stand, sir.
Will be rain tonight.
Let it come down.
Oh! Treachery! Fly, you flails, fly! Ah! Thou mayst revenge! Oh! Sin.
Who did strike out the light?
Was it not the way?
There's but one down. The sun has fled.
We have lost best half our affair.
Well, let's away and say how much is done.
Alex, 32, go. Alex, 33, go.
You know your own degrees? Sit down. First and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks, Your Majesty.
Sit down, sit down. Ourself will mingle in society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time, you will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends for my heart speaks. They are welcome.
See, they greet thee with their heart's thanks. Both sides are even. Here I'll sit in the midst. Be large and mirth. None will drink a measure, the table round. Is blood upon thy face.
His banquets then.
It's better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut. That I did for.
Thou art the best of comforts. He is good that did the like for flams. Thou didst it. Thou art the non-parental.
Most royal sir, Cleonce's speech.
Then comes my fit again. It else been heard. Whole as the marble, founded as the rock, as broad and general as the casing air. Now I am cabined, cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. The banquo safe.
I, my good lord, safe in a ditchy vise, with 20 trench gashes to his head, the least of a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that, in time, will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, do not give the cheer. The feast that is sold is not often vouched. To feed, we're best at home. From thence, the sauce to meat is ceremony. Eating, we're fair without it.
Go.
Sweet remembrancer. Now good digestion wait on appetite, and health on both.
Please, Your Highness, sit.
Here we had our country's honor roofed, were the graced person of our banquo present, whom I rather challenge for unkindness, pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, place blame upon his promise. Would it please your highness grace us with your royal company?
Table's full.
Here's a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is it that moves your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What? My good lord.
How can I say that I did it? Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. His Highness is not well.
Sit. Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. I pray you, keep seat. Much you note him, you shall offend him, and extend his passion. Feed, and regard him not. Are you a man?
I, the bold one that dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan.
Read thee, see there, behold, look. Oh, what say you? Why? What care I? If thou canst not, speak too. If charnel houses and their graves do send those that we bury back, our monument shall be the moss of kites.
What? Quite unmanned in folly?
I stand here, I saw him.
Fie, for shame.
Blood hath been shed here now. In the olden times, their humane statute urged the gentle wheel. Aye, and since 2 murders have been performed, too terrible for the ear, the time was that when the brains were out, the man would die, and there an end. Now they rise again with 20 mortal murders on their crowns and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
Oh, I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all, and I'll sit down. Give me some wine. Fill full. I drink to the general joy of the table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss, but he were here. To all in him we thirst, all to all.
Our duties and the pledge.
Here, here.
I want to quit my sight. Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes that thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good friends, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare I dare? Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear. A horned rhinoceros and the hierarchin tiger take any shape but that. My firm nerve shall never tremble, or dare me again to the desert with thy sword. If protesting I inhabit, protest me the baby of a girl. Heads, horrible shadow, heads, unreal mockery, heads.
You, displaced from mirth, broke the good meaning with most admired disorder.
And such things be that overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder. You make me strange even to the disposition that I own. When you can behold such sights, cheap the natural ruby of your cheeks, whilst mine is planched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
I pray you, speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go, at once.
Good night. And better health attend his majesty.
A kind of good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations have. And magpies and troughs and rooks brought forth the secrets man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou the Macduff denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it by the way, and I will send. There's not a one of them shall keep a servant feed. Tomorrow, betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak. And now I am bent to know the worst means the worst. For mine own good, all causes shall give way. I am blood, stepped in so far, should I wait no more, turning were as tedious as go o'er. Strange things I have in head, will to head, that must be acted, ere they may be scared.
You lack the seasons of nature. Sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear which warrants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
Go. Come back.
Why, how now, Hecate? You look angrily. Have I not reason? Beldams as you are, saucy and overboard, how did you dare to trade and traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death? And I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, was never called to bear my part, or show the glory of our art. And which is worse, all you have done hath been but for a wayward son, spiteful and wrathful, who, as others do, loves for his own ends, not for you. But make amends now, get you gone, and at the pit of Acheron, meet me in the morning, thither he will come to know his destiny. Your vessels and your spells provide, your charms and everything beside. I'm for the air, this night I'll spend unto a dismal and a fatal end. Great business must be wrought ere noon. Upon the corner of the moon there hangs a vaporous drop profound. I'll catch it ere it come to ground, and that, distilled by magic sleights, shall raise such artificial sprites as by the strength of their illusion shall draw him on to his confusion. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear his hopes of wisdom, grace, and fear. And you all know security is mortal's chiefest enemy. Hark, I am called, let those spirits see, sits in a foggy cloud and stays for me. Come now, let's make haste, she'll soon be back again.
Macbeth thinks he can take my goblet, drink my wine, and toss it across the room. My former speeches have but hid your thoughts, which can interpret further. Only I say things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Marry, he was dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may say, if it please you, Fleance killed, for Fleance fled. Ah, men must not walk too late. Who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damned facto did grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was not that nobly done? Aye, and wisely too, for it would have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. So that I say, he's borne all things well. And I dare think had he Duncan's sons under his keep, as in please heaven he shall not, they would find what were to kill a father. So should Fleance. But peace. For from broad words, and cause he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast, I hear Macbeth lives in disgrace. My lady, can you tell where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, in whom this tyrant is to be birth, lives in English court, and is received from the pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macduff is gone to pray the Holy King on his aid, to wait in Northumberland and warlike Cyrus, that by the help of these, with him above to ratify the work, we may again give to our table meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets bloody knives, faithful knowledge, and receive free honors, all which we pine for now. And this report hath so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Sent you to Macduff?
He did, and with an absolute sir not I, the cloudy messenger returns him his back and comes as who should say, you'll rue the time that clogs me with this answer.
And that well as might advise into a caution to hold what distances wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this, our suffering country.
I'll send my prayers with him.
Go. Stand by.
enchanting all that you put in.
By the breaking of my thumb, something
midnight hags. What is it you do? I conjure you by that which you profess. However you come to know it, answer me. Will you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches? No yeasty waves to confound and swallow navigation up. No bladed corn be lodged and trees blown down. No castles topple on their warders' heads. No palaces and pyramids to slope their heads to their foundations. No the treasure of nature's germs to tumble all together. Even to destruction sicken. Answer me what I ask you.
These demands we'll answer. Say if thou'st rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call them. Let me see.
Horrid foul blood that hath eaten her 9 Pharaoh. Grease that sweetened from the murderers giveth the blow into the plain. From high and low thyself in office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power,
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff, beware the thane of fight. Dismiss me, and now.
whatever thou art, with thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast marked my fear aright, but one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another more potent than the thirst.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
At thy 3 ears I hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? If I make assurance double sure and take a bond of fate, thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. What's this that rises like the issue of a king? Wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty.
Listen, but speak not to it.
You lion mettled, proud, and take no care. Who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are, Macbeth shall never vanquished be, until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. You can impress the forest. Bid the tree unfix his earthbound root. Sweet Bodeman's good. Bellius dead, never rise till the wood of Burnham rise. In our high place Macbeth shall play his lease of nature, and his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing more.
Seek to know no more.
Tell me, if thou art can tell so much, shall bankpost issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me of this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know. Why close that cauldron?
Show.
What noise is this?
Show. Show. Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Now, thy crown does sear mine eyeballs. Thy hair, thou other gold-crowned brow, is like the first. The third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? Fourth, start, eyes. What? With the line stretched out to the crack of doom? Another yet, a seventh? I'll see no more. There's an eighth appears, who bears a glass, which shows me many more. In some I see the twofold balls and scepters carried. Horrible sight. And now I see 'tis true. The blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me, and points at them for his. What? Is this so?
Aye, sir. Oh, this is so. But why sends Macbeth us amazedly? Come, sisters,
one. This pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in without them.
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride. Damned all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of horse. Who was that came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time. How anticipates my dread exploits. Flighty purposes never overtook, unless the deed go with it. And even now, to crown my own thought with deeds, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, his farm animals, and all those who trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. His deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sights. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
What had he done to make him fly to land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
His wisdom! To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansions, and his titles in a place where once had loved us fly? He loves us not! He wants the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of the birds, will fight her young ones in the nest against the owl. All is the fear, and nothing is the love. As little as the wisdom where the flights arose against all reason.
My pretty cousin, I pray you, school yourself. As for your husband, he is wise, noble, judicious, who best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors, and know not ourselves. When we hold rumor from what we fear, not knowing what we fear, but float on a wild and violent sea, which way it moves. I take my leave of you. Things at their worst will cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Father he is. Yet he's fatherless.
I'm a fool. Should I stay longer, it will be to my disgrace and your discomfort. Take my leave, please.
Sarah, your father's dead. And what will you do now? How will you
Mother.
worms and flies?
But I get I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird, thou'st never feared the net nor line, the pitfall nor the gin.
Why should I, Mother? Poor birds, they are not set for. My father's not dead for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. How wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
I can buy him 20 at any market.
You'll buy him to sell again.
Speak us with all thy wit, yet in faith, good enough for thee.
Is my father a traitor?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
One that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
Must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Everyone.
Who must hang them?
The honest men.
And the liars and swearers are fools, for there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
May God help thee from among you, but how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you would weep for him. If you would not, we're sure sign we should quickly have a new father.
How thou talkst.
Bless you, fair dame, I'm not too known, though in your state of honor I'm perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you near me. If you will take a holy man's advice, be not found here, hence with your little ones. The fright is thus methinks I'm too savage. To do worse is for cruelty, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you, I dare abide no longer.
is often laudable. To do good, sometimes it can be dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up that womanly defense to say I've done no harm? What are these faces?
Where's your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified, where such as thou must come.
He's a traitor.
Thou lies, thou savage villain! What, you egg? Young fry of treachery?
Let us seek out some desolate shade there, and weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfall and birth them. Each new mourn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrow strike ever upon the face that it resounds, that felt with Scotland and yelled out like a syllable of dollar.
What I believe I'll will, what no believe and what I can redress is I shall find the time to friend, I will. What you have spoken may be so perchance, this tyrant whose soul named blisters our very tongues was once thought honest. You have loved him well, but he hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
Ah, but Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. Though all things foul may wear the brows of grace, and yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there is where I found my doubts, for why in that rawness hath you left wife and child, those precious motives, strong knots of love without leave-taking? I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safety. You may be rightly just whenever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country. Great tyranny, lay thou thy baseness, sure, for goodness dare not check thee. Where thy thou wrongs, the title is afeard. Fare thee well, lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkest, for all the space that's in the tyrant's grasp, and the riches to boot.
But be not a pansy, I speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think with all there would be hands uplifted at my right. And here from gracious England have I offered goodly thousands, but try to tread upon the tyrant's head or wear it on my sword. My country will have more vices than ever, more suffer and more sundry. Through him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of this vice so grafted that black Macbeth would seem as pure as snow, and the state esteem him a lamb as compared with my confineless harms.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to talk Macbeth.
Oh, I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, smacking of every sin that has a name. But there's no bottom none in my voluptuousness. Oh, your wives, your daughters, your matrons, your maids, cannot fill up the cistern of my life. Oh, ill-continent impediments that o'erbear it. Better Macbeth than such as one to reign.
Boundless intemperaments in nature is a tyranny. It hath been the untimely emptying of the happy throne, the fall of many kings. But fear not to take upon what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a rather spacious plenty, yet seem cold the time you may so hoodwinked. We have willing dames enough. You cannot have that dog in you to devour so many.
But this and my most ill-composed affection, such a staunchness avarice grows. Oh, if that were I king, I should cut off nobles for their land, desire his jewels and this other's house, and my war havoc would be a sauce to make me hunger more. And I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper, grows of more pernicious fruit than summer seeming lust. It hath been the sword of our slain kings. Yet fear not, for Scotland hath poisons enough to fill up your will of your mere own. All of these are mortal, with other graces weighed.
I have none. The king becoming graces of justice, verity, temperance, stableness, devotion, loyalty, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no ketchup, no mustard, no relish of them abound, but each with a vision of a several crime. Oh, nay, for I, king, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell. Uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth.
Scotland, Scotland!
Such as one be fit to govern speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern, no, not to live. O nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant bloody sceptered, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again? This is the truest issue of thy throne, by his own interdiction to stay the curse of a blasphemous breed. Thy father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee on her knees and on her feet died every day that she lived. Fare thee well. The evils that thou repeatest upon thyself have banished thee from Scotland. O my breast, thy opens here.
Macbeth. Noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul's wiped the black scruples, and reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Oh, devilish Macbeth has sought to win me into his power, but modest wisdom plucks me from overcredulous haste. Oh, I put myself to thy direction, and unspeak my own detraction. For strangers to my nature, I am yet unknown to woman. Never was forsworn. Scarcely have I coveted that what was mine own. I would not betray the devil to his fellow, no less in truth than in life. I never broke the faith. What I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. And here from England have I 10,000 warlike men, already at point, ready and fit to take on our warranted quarrel. Well, why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once. It is hard to reconcile.
Comes the king forth anon, I pray you.
Aye, sir. A crew of wretched souls stays clear. Their malady convinces to spray to say of art, but at his touch such sanctity hath heaven given his hand, they presently amend.
I thank you, doctor.
What's the disease he means?
'Tis called the eagle. A most miraculous work in this good king since my year remained in England. How he consorts with these people, all strange and ulcerous, pitiful to the eye. And through them he has a heavenly gift of prophecy, and sundry blessings about the throne that speak him full of grace.
See who comes here?
My countryman, yet I know him not.
My ever-gentle cousin, welcome hither.
Oh, I know him now. Good God, how bedtimes remove the means that make a stranger.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, we cannot be called our mother, but our grave. Where nothing, who knows nothing is seen to smile. Where sighs and groans and shrieks that rent the air are made, not marked, and violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead man's knell is scarcely asked for room, and good men's lives died for the flowers in their caps. Dying, or ere they sicken.
Oh, relation, too nice yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
With an hour's age doth hiss the speaker, each minute teems new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant is not mattered at their peace.
No, they're at peace when I do with them.
Oh, keep not your words in silence. Speak truth aloud. How goes it?
When I came hither to transport the tidings, of which I have so heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows who were out, which was to my belief, witnessed the rather, for I've seen the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time to help. Your eye of Scotland create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Oh, be comforted. Here from gracious England have we old Syward, second lieutenant to the English army, and 10,000 warlike men, already at point. Oh, and Syward, no man no fit or better than Christendom gives out.
I wish I could answer the comfort with the like, but I have words that should be howled in the desert air, where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they the general cause? due to some thievery from some single breast.
No, mine, that's honest. It shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
Well, if it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly let me have it.
Let your ears not despise my tongue forever for laying upon them the heaviest sound which ever yet they heard.
I guess I haven't.
Your castle is surprised, your wife and babes savagely slaughtered, to relate the quarry of these murders here to add to the death of you.
Oh, merciful heaven! Let Mander pull his hat upon his brow, give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the o'erfraught heart and bids it break.
And all my children?
Wife, children, servants, all that can be found.
And I must be from thence. My wife killed too?
I have said.
Comforted, let us make medicines of this great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children! Oh, my precious ones! Did you say all? Oh, hellkite all? Oh, my pretty chickens and their dam in one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must feel it as a man. I cannot but remember things that were so precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not play their part? Sinful Macduff! They were all struck for thee! Not that I have not for their own demerits, but for mine, fell slaughtered on their souls. Arrest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not your heart, enrage it.
I could play the woman with mine eyes and brag it with my tongue. What gentle heavens control all their intermissions. Front to front, bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself within my sword's length, set him! If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
Oh, this tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready, our lack is nothing but our lead. Macbeth is ripe for shaking. Put on your instruments, receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
I have 2 nights watched with you and can't receive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went to the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and then again to bed, all while in her most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature to at once receive the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what have you heard her say?
That, ma'am, I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Not to you nor anybody, as I have no witness to confirm my speech. Will you? Here she comes, it is her very guise, all well fast asleep. Observe her. Stand close.
How came she by that light?
I had stood by her. She has light by her continually, 'tis her command.
You see her eyes are open.
Aye, but their senses are shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem as though washing her hands. I have known her to continue this a quarter of an hour.
Yet, here's a spot. Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance more strongly. Out! Out! Spot! 1, 2. Why then? 'Tis time to do it.
go to. You have known what you should not.
She has said what she should not. I am sure of it. Heaven has known what she has known. Here's the smell still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
Well.
Pray God it be, ma'am.
This disease is beyond my practice, yet I have known those who have walked in their sleep, who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you, yet again, Banquo's buried. He cannot come out once grave.
Even so,
To bed. To bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come. Come. Give me your hand. Come. Come. There's knocking at the gate. To bed. To bed. To bed. To bed. To bed.
will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their death pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her all means of annoyance and still keep eyes upon her. So, good night. My mind she is mated, and amazed my sight, I think but dare not speak. Good night, good doctor.
And bad. 61.
The English powers in the room, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Syward, and the good Macbeth. Revenge is burning men, and dear causes which the bleeding excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we go meet them. That way are they coming.
Who knows if Donalbain will be with his brother?
For certain, sir, he is not. I have a file of all the gentry. There is young Syward, Lord Doyle, Lord Fleming, Lord Mousley, and Lord Schneider, and many unrefused that even now protest their first of manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, others that lesser hate him call it valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hands. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief.
Who then can blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all of his within him blames itself for being there?
We'll march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly wheel, and with him pour we in our country's purge each drop of us.
For so much as it needs to do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march towards Burnham!
62.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. To Burnham Wood removed to Dunsinane I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy? Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, for no man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Then fly, false things, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by, and the heart I bear, shall never sag with doubt, nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced moon. What got thou that loose look?
There are 10,000
Geese? Villain? Villainous geese?
soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face and overread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. Which soldiers patch death upon thy sword? Those linen cheeks of thine are counselors to fear. Which soldiers wave face?
The English force, so please you.
Take thy face hence. Sing! I am sick at heart, but I behold. Sing, I say! This bush will cheer me ever, or deceit me now. I have lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into sear. The yellow leaf is that which should accompany old age is honor, love, obedience, troops of friends. I must not look to have, but in their stead, curses, not loud but deep, mouth on, which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not sing.
What's your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight till my bones, my flesh be hacked. Give me mine armor.
It is not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses. Scour the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me my armor. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
You're of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind disease? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the two hearts.
Therein the patient must minister to herself.
Throw the physics to the dog, I'll none of it. Sing! Give mine armor! What is that? No, bring my staff! Yes. Yes. Seaton, send out. Doctor, fanes fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the waters of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. Applaud us! Doctor, what? Rhubarb? Senna? What purgative drug would scour these English heads? Hearest thou of them?
Your royal preparations! My lord, make us hear of something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death and bane, till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand that Chambers will be safe.
We doubted nothing.
What is this before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hewn bow to bow and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery, ere and report of us.
It shall be done. Father.
We learn no other but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane, and will endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope, for where there is advantage to be given both more and less have given him the revolt, and none serve with him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censors attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that will with due decision make us know what we shall say we have, and what we owe. Thoughts speculative their unsure hopes relate, but certain issue strokes must arbitrate. Towards which, advance the war!
64, go.
Hang out the banners on the outward walls. Crying as still they come. Our castle's strength will laugh the siege to scorn. Here let them lie till famine in the act root them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours? Might that be dare, beard to beard, beat them backward home. What is that noise?
It is the cry of women, my lord.
I have almost forgotten the taste of fears. The time has been that when my senses would have cooled to hear a night, and my fellow hair would, with dismal treatise, rouse and stir as life were in it. I have soup full with horrors, diamonds, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The Queen, my lord, is dead.
Should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a work. Mortal, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. Creeps in this petty pace, from day to day, to the last syllable of a quarter time. And all our yesterdays have like fools the way to dusty death. Out we've gathered. Life's but walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comes to use thy tongue. Thy story quickly.
Gracious, my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well say so.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
We endure your wrath if it be not so, for in this green mile where you see it coming, I say a moving grove.
Thy speech be sooth. I care not if thou dost from much. If thy speech be false, upon the next tree shall thou hang alive till famine cling thee. A full resolution, begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not, till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane. Now a wood do come towards Dunsinane. Arm and out. If this which ye avouches does appear, there is nor flying hence nor tarrying here. I didn't be awary of the sun. I wish the estate of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell. Low wind come rack. At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now, Mirna, your leafy screens throw down and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your first noble son, lead us to battle. Worthy MacDuffin, we shall take upon us what else remains to do.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten, if we cannot fight.
Let all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly. Bear like I must fight the course. What's he that was not born of woman? To one am I to fear? None.
What is thy name?
Thou wilt be afraid to hear it.
No, thou wilt call thyself a hotter name than any in hell.
My name is Macbeth.
The devil himself cannot pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest, the poor tyrant! With my sword, I'll prove the lie thou speaks.
Thou art the son of Simon.
Yes, and I will bring thy head to my father.
No, it is yours I will leave for him to find. Thou wast born of woman. Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by men of a woman born.
That way is the noise! Tyrant! Show thy face! If thou be slain by no stroke of mine, then my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot bear to strike at wretched kerns whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or my sword against it on battered edge I sheathe again undeeded. And there thou should be by the straight clatter, what of greatest note seems bruited. Oh, fortune, let me find him, and more I beg not.
This way, my lord! The castle's gently renders, the tyrant's people on both sides do fight, and the noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day itself almost professes yours, and little is to do.
Oh, we have met with foes that strike beside us!
Enter, sir, behold!
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword? Whilst I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn!
All men else, I have avoided thee. Get thee back, soul is too much charged with the blood of thine Albert.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword, thou bloody villain, that terms can give thee act.
Thou losest later. As easy mayst thou the entrenchant dare with thine keen sword impress, as make me bleed. Let thy blade fall on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one woman born.
Despair thy charm, and let the angel that thou hast still served tell thee that Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believed, that palter with us in a double sense, keep the word of promise to our ear, and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show in the gaze of the time. We'll have thee as our rarer monsters are painted upon a bull and underwrit. Here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, or to be baited by the rabble's curse. Burnham Wood be come to Dun's name, and though opposed, being of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Before my body, I throw my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be him that first cries, hold, enough.
My wife and children's souls! Be at rest!
With the friends we miss, we're safe to ride.
Some must go off. And yet by these I see so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Duck is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, paid a soldier's debt. He lived till he was but a man. No sooner had his prowess been confirmed in the unshrinking station for which he fought. Yet like a man, he died.
And he is dead.
Aye, brought off the field. Let your cause of sorrow not be measured by his work, for then it hath no end.
Had he his hurts before?
Aye, on the front.
Well then, God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I have heirs, I would not wish them to a fair death. And so his knell is old.
Is worth more sorrow now, and that I'll spend for him.
It is worth no more. They say he parted well and paid his score, and so God be with him. Here comes a newer comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art! Behold, where stands the usurper's accursed head! The time is free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearls, whose salutations in their mind with their voices aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend the large expense of time before we reckon with our several loves. My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do that would be newly planted in the time as calling home our exiled friends who fled the watchful snares of tyranny, producing forth such cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen who was thought by self and violent hands took off her life. This, and what needful else that calls upon the grace of grace, which we shall perform in measured time and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scott.
Go. Curtains go.